it is impossible. It is impossible. But I can say this, that I found a change in my work. क्या बोलते हैं, प्री काबिल एंड पोस्ट काबिल. सो काबिल से जो जर्नी, जो एक काबिल के पहले देयर वाज वन, एक मोड़ था, उस मोड़ को मैंने नेविगेट अच्छे से किया. एंड आई थिंक माई वर्क हैज़ बिकम बेटर सिंस देन. सो देयर इज अ प्री काबिल मी एज एन एक्टर that I'm not very fond of, unfortunately. Still like him. It's nice. Did his best. But post Kabul, with Kabul, I think I started enjoying a little bit. So
I have a question each for Hrithik and for Pushkar-Gayatri. First, I still remember the premiere of Na Tum Jano Na Hum happened in Pune, where you worked with Saif for the first time.
oh yeah.
How have you seen the difference in Saif as an actor from then to now? I mean, obviously he was a senior actor to you, then he still remains a senior actor to you. But how has he changed as a performer?
Well, I don't think I have the ability to judge that. But I do know that Saif has always been a very real actor. He's always been real, and he's never tried to be someone he's not. And that was happening at a time when all the rest of the actors were trying to be the hero, trying to have that the swag or whatever you call it. Everybody wanted to be the hero. Saif was just himself. So I know from my own experience now that this is the first time in 22 years of my career that I felt this pull, to safeguard myself. I felt this instinctive pull that I have to be very, very real in this film, because I'm opposite an actor who is one of the most real actors that I have seen in our cinema. And I have been a huge Saif fan for the past decade. I think he's one of the most real actors that we have. The earnestness, the sincerity that he has is very, very rare. So being opposite him in this was heightening my performance, making me better, because I was feeling that pull, towards being more real, because one little mistake by me where I've tried to be little extra, gone. I'll be caught.
My question is first to
Thank you.
Hrithik, actually. One of the most fascinating things that you said as an actor was that in a painting, you're just playing a part. I mean, you don't hear superstars say that very often. At least I haven't heard. Maybe people do say that. But I want to understand, where did that security, because that also comes from a place where I feel that you're very secure as an actor. Also, the shift that I've seen is that now people are more open to just playing characters rather than the definition of hero has changed in films. For you as an actor, what do you seek when you're looking at a script, and where did that shift come where you are like, okay, I'm going to only look at my part in a film and not try to be the hero of the film?
Because I am a student of cinema. I look up to cinema. I want to make better cinema. It is not selfish. You can't make something better, and if it's not greater than you. Cinema, my movie, is greater than me. And I am a worker, I am the laborer, I am the collaborator to find ways to do that, to lift that. If that's not the purpose, and if your purpose is to fill up your own tank, I think that time is only gone now. The moment you start thinking that you should be the most important, that I don't think it will be even possible now. So, but I've always been like that because I don't think I'm secure as an actor. I'm secure as a human being. As a human being, I know we're all going to die. I'm not saying that in a negative way, but it's a very important fact that you're here. It's a journey. What are you going to do about it? I think I have felt my best when I am in a community that is serving a higher purpose. So I keep finding that community, finding that community to get together and do something. May not even be films, could be a social cause or whatever. But getting together to build something is how human beings have evolved, how the world has evolved. That's how airplanes get made, That's how things, somebody has made rubber, somebody has made a steel wheel and they get attached and you have a tire. So somebody is learning about air travel, air and physics, and someone's learning about iron, and they're mixing the two and mixing whatever. Hundreds of those kinds of things come together to make an airplane. I mean, I could go on and it'll be very abstract talk, so I'll shut up now. But that's what I mean to say, that trying to do something that's greater than yourself. I think that's the security.
Because today we live in an age and stage where thankfully there are no lines. The lines between languages, the lines between industries have been blurred, thankfully. I've always said this to actors, I'm saying it to you guys also, because you guys have made a wonderful film, which is the original version. Today directors, artists are not segregated as a Tamil filmmaker or a Bengali filmmaker or a Hindi filmmaker. When you go online, you see that it's an Indian artist who primarily makes films in these languages. How do you take that change as an artist, as a person who's creating a form of art? How important is it to have this shift in people's mind and the paradigm shift that is happening that has been happening in the industry and the country at large?
Let's look at it this way, how do you get your film out to the maximum number of people? Certain films demand a certain audience. Certain other films have legs to go further than that audience, which you can naturally cater to, which you can easily cater to. So when that comes into play, then Vikram Vedha, the Tamil version, we did it in 2017. When we announced the Hindi version of it, there was a whole bunch of people who went and watched that, because Hrithik is now in Vikram Vedha. So that is the question of reach. So all those people who would have never ever seen Vikram Vedha, our script, I'm not saying the film, will now do it, because there is Hrithik in it, there is Saif in it, and it's produced by all these big names. And so from a very personal point of view, it is that, hey, and we write very slowly. I mean, so it takes us years to write something. So something which we have written now, a lot more people will see it, is a happy space. I mean, that's...
Yeah, and I think the collaboration has been like one beautiful journey. I mean, making the film in Hindi with HR, and that has been a beautiful journey. No, because every time, like from our initial discussions, I keep seeing like our worldview and HR's worldview are very similar. Like what he was saying earlier about, like there are no bad people. Like, there's nothing inherently bad. You just have some cloaks, and if you keep removing. So those base fundamentals, actually, we seem to have a lot of common ground in that. And I think that has actually helped in the film also. I mean, like how he looks at Vedha and how he's interpreting it. So I think that journey has been really beautiful, from discussion to shoot to, and like, I mean, multiple discussions have happened. So that has been very nourishing and a beautiful process,
I mean,
actually.
You got the essence of Vedha, I think, basically because we wrote it with a certain philosophy in mind, which is very close to the philosophy of your life.
I am stuck at you got the essence of Vedha. I still don't know if I've done right or wrong. Thank you for saying something.
Hi, good afternoon, Hrithik. Good afternoon, sir and madam. My question is to the two of you. Like, I know the film's just a few days away. and considering you have two extremely versatile actors who could perform any kind of role, did it ever occur to swap the two, like say Hrithik plays Vikram and Saif plays Vedha, because it's possible.
Actually,
And I would like Hrithik sir's take on it as well.
one thing. Oh,
I,
sorry.
I,
Yeah,
I'm
please,
just going to
please.
say that after looking at what Saif has done, I could have not done that. Impossible.
No, one thing is, see, I mean, you can see that he's like this really sweet guy, and he comes as this menace. That was the fun part for us. I mean, like, and that level of acting competence. I mean, because that grain of evil is somewhere. I mean, nowhere near Hrithik. So that he
So there's
managed
this
to.
thing in casting where there are only two things: you cast with the grain or you cast against the grain. That's the only way casting directors look at casting, right? So in this was casting against the grain for both actually, both Hrithik and Saif. The characters which they are playing are in the way they are presented is very much against their grain. So I think that brings one sense of reality, because you are trying to, as an actor, you're trying to figure out what makes that person tick. You don't have pre-made answers on, I'm very close to that character, so I know how that character responds and all that. It is every beat you will have to figure out how that character works. So I think for us in this time around, we got extremely lucky in two people who invested all that time in trying to figure out how that works.
And one big thing for multi-starrer or two people to work with, both of them need to be generous. I mean, if they get petty, then actually our lives will become miserable. And the film will also get. So that generosity and that largeness in people, no, that is very important for two actors to work actually.
ऋतिक, जैसे लास्ट फिल्म आपकी 2019 में आई थी वॉर एंड सुपर 30, तो अब ये तो हाउ डू यूटिलाइज द फेज बिटवीन प्रोजेक्ट्स, मतलब आप खुद को इम्प्रोवाइज करते हैं या स्क्रिप्ट से काम करते हैं या देखते हैं कि क्या सही था क्या गलत, या हाउ डू यूटिलाइज
I live, live just like you do. For 2 years, I didn't think about many things. World was in a crazy state. Back of my mind, I knew someday I have to get up and start to work again. So I was looking for my next project, and then somehow Vikram Vedha manifested. ये एक ऐसी film है that I wanted to do back in 2018 when I had seen the film. Or 17 was it?
17.
I saw it in 2017, and I really wanted to do this film, and somehow it came circled its way to me, and when I realized that this is a possibility, I just jumped on it.
In fact, this was actually a little after the film release. We were in Delhi for some festivity of my cousin's thing, and you called.
Yeah, actually it was kind of surreal. Like,
So my cousin and his wife were over there,
Right
and
after I saw the film.
and hi, this is Hrithik Roshan. I was like, what?
somebody, some crank call.
So my sister-in-law, my cousin's wife, she went ballistic. And like, it's Hrithik Roshan speaking to you guys. So it started there, and then just wound back all the way.
Hi Hrithik, Aditi here from E-Times. You know, so films these days are created for a pan-India appeal now, while many films. So, you know, with that, is there a newfound pressure for you to feel validated by your fans and critics? Or how do you look at it?
What can you do? I don't know how can you, I mean, you choose a film and you make that film the best that it can be. That's it. What more can you do? You can't apply any other let's change this to please somebody else. Then you're not being honest. The integrity of the film is at risk. So I mean, you just got to do the best work that you can do, man. The rest is not important. Choose a film, make it the best film that it can be. You know. So it really depends on your choice. Now, which mountain do you want to climb? You know, whatever mountain you've planned to climb that and conquer that. ऐसा नहीं कि halfway चढ़ के बोले अरे नहीं यार, let's go that mountain. People like that one more. You climb the one that you've chosen to climb and conquer it.
Hi Hrithik sir, Pushkar sir, Gayatri ma'am. You have talked about how you're creating a film instead of recreating one, but with a remake, comparisons are bound to happen. For the makers, you'll be compared to like your original film, and Hrithik will be compared to say Vijay sir's performance in the original one. So are you guys nervous about those comparisons?
Actually, not at all. Not at all. I mean, yes, there will be comparisons all over social media, and a bunch of people who have seen both versions will have, I like this or I like that more. But this is the film which we set out to make, and we have made it in a certain way. So in that way, I don't think those comparisons are going to affect us personally.
Yeah, and you know, like, I don't know, like, of late everything is like polarizing. Either you're this or that. So you can actually enjoy both. I mean, that's where we come from, and we are very immensely proud of what we've done. So, yeah. Like
For me, it's that's not been my aim. My aim it's not a thought in my head that I'm trying to do something with. I have just taken a part and done it like how I would do it. And that's, I think, what I did when we were doing Agnipath, and everybody was also worried about, you know, the comparisons and why are you even doing that? But yeah, I liked something and I did it and I gave it all of me. And then whatever is okay. Yeah.
Hi Hrithik, hi Pushkar-Gayatri. I saw the trailer, it's terrific. It's one of the most energetic trailers I saw this year. My question is that there was this theme of encounters in the trailer. I want to know from you guys, what is, when it comes to encounters and stuff, like, do you think it's a form of justice?
I think you should see the film. That's what the film talks about. Please do see it. We'll talk about it as soon as you've seen the movie. Then we can have an actual exchange. We don't want to reveal stuff. We'll have this conversation post-release.
The cultural DNA and the ethos of it, the backdrop of the story, where the backdrop itself can become a huge character. And given the trailer of this film, it seems that the backdrop, the cities, the ethos of Kanpur as well as Lucknow, coming across as a solid character. So for a Bombay boy to relate to that and get the pulse of the character right, as well as for the makers who are predominantly from South and have made Southern films, what does it take to know the element to get the cultural DNA right? The Tamiz, the Tehzeeb, as well as given your character, Hrithik, the badass character, the Badtamizi of it.
I think the common factor is we are all human beings. It's a human story. So that's the identification for me.
And Manoj Muntashir, who's written the dialogues, so it was painstakingly written to capture the language. And Hrithik and Saif spent a lot of time in getting that right. As he said before, it's not only about speaking the words right, but beyond that, there is that character which you're playing, there's that beat which you have to play, and all these things will need to happen at the same time. So that takes a lot of effort. But for us, rooting the story is important into how the film gets structured. So once you know how the place, the people, the colors, I mean, for us, even the quality of light, like our DOP, we took him actually too many times to Lucknow. And the key was, we are going to light it like Lucknow. So wherever we are shooting it, because certain things you have to shoot it inside a set, and interiors you would shoot inside a set. But he was studying the quality of light over there and trying to recreate that in everything we did. So there are these. Then we took our production designer over there who went ballistic, taking pictures of every grill, every balcony, every dilapidated wall over there, and trying to recreate that in another place. So
and we hung out in Lucknow for quite some time. I mean, just to get the feel of the place. I mean, so since we are not from this part, like it is very. I mean, we like to root the story. That is very important for us. And because we are not from here, we wanted to get it absolutely right. So we had a couple of dialect coaches, and we just made sure everything kind of felt very real and like rooted.